Hey, what's up everybody? We got a very special episode of Coffee Talks coming at you right now. We're putting me in the hot seat. Let's grab your cup of joe, your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you like to drink, and meet me back here because Coffee Talk starts right now. Well, hey everybody, my name's Jaron. I've got my coffee. Let's dive into today's Coffee Talks. But before we do, if you're brand new, I just want to say welcome. This is the 5th episode of Coffee Talks, and so I thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different. If you are new, normally what we do, Coffee Talks, is the idea is this kind of digital coffee shop where you're sitting across the table from somebody having a conversation. And so in Coffee Talks, what we like to do is in 10 minutes, usually 10 minutes or less, we like to introduce or pose a topic or question or just kind of do something, have a conversation about it, and then go directly to see what the Bible has to say about it. Things that are tangible that you are dealing with right now, that you probably at some point in your life will, or maybe something that you have dealt with and that you're walking out of. That's the whole point of Coffee Talks. But today we're not going to the Bible. Today we're putting me on the hot seat. It's always good to know. I don't like not knowing strangers. I'm a relational person. I like to get to know people. And so I thought today it would be fun to do a special episode of Coffee Talks where you get to know me. Put me on the hot seat. We get to know, I say we because I don't know why we, but you get to know, you get to know more about me. Maybe you think you know me and I can stump you, and maybe you don't know me at all. So we're just gonna do a quick, hey, here's who Jaron is. And so if you don't know, me is Jaron. I am Jaron. I'm 30 years old. That's right. I'm no longer in the 20s. I've crashed into 30s. I've been married for just a little over 4 years. My wife's name is London. Just a few weeks ago, we had our first child. Her name is Leighton Emery. She's just a little over 10 weeks old, and so we love her to pieces. And I actually have her here with me. You want to meet her? Yeah. Hold on. You stay there. I'll go get her. Well, here she is, my beautiful, okay, the camera's zoomed in now. My beautiful baby girl, a little over 10 months old, Leighton Emery. Can you smile for the camera? Can you smile for the camera? Can you smile for the camera? Yeah? No? Okay, of course you're gonna be camera shy. So if you've watched Coffee Talks the last couple weeks, you may have heard Leighton in the background kind of crying or cooing or making noise. That's because she's at the office with me every day. We get up, we come to work together, and she stays here with me. And most of the time, it's awesome, it's great. Sometimes she can be fussy, but I love being a dad. I love having her here with me, and I love when I'm having maybe a rough day, just looking over, like right now, she's just staring at me, smiling like crazy. And so that's a little bit about my little family. I originally grew up in Florida. Yep, the Sunshine State. I grew up in Florida. I was born and raised in sunny Florida. And then I moved to Missouri, here where I am right now at Lake of the Ozarks, in 2003 maybe? I don't exactly remember the date. I just know that I finished up 6th grade and I started 7th grade here at Camdenton, and then graduated from Camdenton High School. And so I've been here for not my entire life, but I'm not new to the lake. And so we've lived here. We have a house here. We love the lake and the things that it has to offer. We love it. Yeah, sorry, she's just adorable. And so I have been on staff at the church at Osage Hills, or Alive Youth, where you're watching this on either our IGTV account or our YouTube account. For just a little over 7.5 years. I started in June of 2013. And still going strong. And so I love my job. One of the things that I love about my job is I love that I get to interact with students and really be an advocate for them when sometimes no one else is an advocate for them. You know, showing up at their games and cheering them on, or showing up at their plays, or the things that they care about, and loving them and cheering them if that's inappropriate in the setting, you know, like you don't really cheer in plays until it's time to cheer. Otherwise, you're a weird person. But anyways, I love doing that. I love supporting our students. We have a great leadership team here that loves supporting students. And so that's one of the joys that I get about being a student pastor, is interacting with students, sometimes in the worst of their life and also sometimes in the best of their life. We get the highs and lows and everything in between. The reason that we call these kind of episodes Coffee Talks is just honestly selfishly because I love coffee. I love coffee, I love Starbucks, I love going to coffee shops, and I like the environment and the feel that they offer. I have a really cool office here at the church, but sometimes you just need to get away from the office, and so I'll pack up my laptop and I'll go to Starbucks and I'll work. And even if it's busy, I just love that sometimes in the busyness I can find this kind of peace and this calm while everyone else is, doing their thing. And so the reason we call it Coffee Talks is because what's a better way than to sit down, to drink a cup of coffee, and the idea was for you to sit across from me, even though on a screen, but as like we're sitting down at Starbucks together and just having a conversation. That's kind of the reason and the plan and the hope for why we did these things. And so a lot of times, I know when I was growing up in church, it was weird and awkward to ask my youth pastor or my youth leaders questions that I had about the Bible or about Christianity, because I was afraid of judgment and I didn't want to be that student. I'm not really sure what that student is, but I wouldn't ask these questions. I would just kind of let them kind of wander around in my head for a while, and then I would forget about them. But I didn't want that to happen for you. So the reason that we created Coffee Talks was to create a space and a place where you could maybe have some questions answered that you have about your faith or about who God is or Christianity in general, that isn't swayed by the media or isn't swayed by anything else. It's just real. I'm a real person. I'm a human. I'm not perfect. I sin all the time. And I wanted to sit across from you and look into a camera and to say, I'm not much different than you. So that's why we created Coffee Talks, and that's why we're doing this. A little fun fact about me, this always gets people's attention. I used to be a model. Yeah, we won't go into too much detail. When I was a kid, when we lived in Florida, I used to be a model. Yes, there are videos. Yes, I was in advertisements. Yes, there's a magazine floating around that my mom has somewhere. And yes, but that's always like if you ever play a game to try to like two truths and a lie, I always throw that in there because everybody's like, no way. And I understand why. I get it. It doesn't hurt my feelings too much, but I get it. But that is a little fun fact about me. I told you I like coffee. My favorite holiday drink, Christmas drink at Starbucks is the chestnut praline latte. I love PSL. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, that's pumpkin spice lattes. Yes, I'm one of those crazy people. And when it comes down to it, just a good old black cup of coffee is a great go-to all the time. I love rain. I would love to live in Washington State. Let me clarify. Washington State. I'd love to live in Seattle. I love rain. I love dreariness. I know that psychologically that makes me like a really sad, depressing person, and I'm totally okay with that. You can't see me, but to my right, your left, I have a big window in my office, and it has shades and a curtain over it. And that curtain and those shades never get opened up unless it's like cold and nasty and raining outside. And then all of a sudden it's like jazz music in the background. Everything's open, candles lit. I'm just weird like that. My favorite type of music, yes, I said it. I love jazz. I love elevator music. So you people that hate elevator music, there's room for you in heaven as well. But I love jazz music. I love elevator music. I'll come in, excuse me, while I'm working, I'll throw that on in the background. And so you may be wondering, like, why are you the way you are? That's a great question, because I am. That's probably not even a question you thought of, but I thought I'd throw that in there. But I just wanted to take a few moments and allow you to kind of get to know me maybe at a little bit deeper level, maybe get to know me beyond that. Here's what I would love to do. We're gonna do a couple more of these, and they're gonna probably hopefully get deeper and deeper, but I would love your thoughts and your input. If you have a question you would love for me to answer, I may start tagging those in like at the end of all the Coffee Talk videos. But if you have a question that you about me that you want to know, or you have a question or topic that you want us to cover here on Coffee Talks, go ahead, write down there below this video screen in the comments. Just just drop the comment like, hey, Jaron, what's your favorite fast food restaurant? Or what's your favorite type of food? Or whatever you want to. Or, hey, Jaron, I've always wondered, what is the Bible? Whatever it is, you pop that down there. And then it would really help us out if you haven't yet. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell notification icon so that you know each and every Thursday, at least on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, when we upload a brand new video. At the same time, we'll publish those to IGTV over on our Instagram account. And as well, it does help us out if you give us a thumbs up and share this with your friends, because you're not the only person that probably has the questions about faith and about Christianity that you have. And so let's talk about these things together in the coming weeks of Coffee Talks. But until then, have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday for another brand new episode of Coffee Talks right here on YouTube or IGTV.